Trisha's there. It's going to be dark.
20 minutes or so.
Tricia's here, so we had to lower the lights.
Yes. Oh, shit. No. It does sound like that, though.
It's going to be a fun podcast.
It's going to be so fun.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to it.
Is this episode 7?
I think 8.
I think
7.
Is it 7?
Is
I
it
thought it
8?
was 8.
No.
I thought.
No.
Watch,
I think it's
I'll
7.
start naming them
I'm
off.
pretty
Maybe
sure
it is 7.
Wade was 6.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I was thinking he was
Yeah, this is episode 7.
7.
And we got lucky number 7.
7th heaven.
Yes, I'm the lucky number 7.
We've got Tricia Clipner with us today. It is only myself on the couch. Ashley is not with us. She has, I don't know what the hell she has. Woman problems. She's puking up Starbucks. Everybody say a namaste prayer for her little yoga ass so she can get back here next week. I'm sure she'll be fine. But yeah, you know, the universe has a funny way of working things out.
Oh, absolutely.
She might have needed some, like, family time, and maybe I needed you all to myself.
Maybe. It could either be a curse or a blessing. I'm not sure.
Everything's a blessing.
I like that.
Perception is reality.
That's right.
This is going to be the best. And Casey, of course, is pushing buttons.
Yes.
At the podcast producer station back there.
The blue eyes.
Chomping that gum in the microphone. You either get that gum out of your mouth or turn that damn microphone off before I...
Stop it.
It's hilarious.
Nope. Get that gum out of your mouth because I can hear it. Take it out or turn the fucking mic off because I can't do this. Well, listen, you just made me say the F word. I can't listen to chomping in my ear, and I'm sure it's going to be lovely for people watching. Thank you. So, and we have Tricia Clipner in the house.
Yes.
The creator of the 1111 body butters that everyone is infatuated over.
Yeah.
And
they love them.
Sell out rapidly.
they do. They seems like rather quickly, yes.
Yeah.
I love them.
And in this podcast, I think we're going to get more into how you came about coming up with those body butters and why and what you did before that. And yeah, just a little bit about life.
Better take a sip on that one.
Georgetown. By the way, Georgetown. We are still drinking.
Loving Georgetown.
Wait, I think for the 8th episode, I'm just all my empty bottles because I've saved them.
Oh.
Yeah, I have to keep the receipts. Because you know how many.
Yeah,
it's like how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? How many bottles does it take to get a sponsorship by the Vineyard? So
maybe podcast 8 will be the lucky.
Well, you know, it's going to be Art Fest. I'm going to have a Georgetown Vineyard empty Concord bottle monument that I make out of all these empty bottles. Yeah, I'll have enough racked up by then. They're going to all be like glued together and towering over the street.
And their wine's amazing.
Oh, it's delicious. And you know what I like the best? Actually, is on the back. You see that little winometer? Mm-hmm. And it tells you like if it's like for wine for dummies. It has like all the way over for sweet, and then it has a semi-sweet, and then a semi-dry, and a dry.
So it lets you know.
Yeah, it's like everybody can tell when they're out of gas. Well, you can tell when you got good wine. It's a very... Am I selling myself good?
You are. I think, hey.
You know, I'm putting out feet. And then the screw-off cap. I mean, you don't got to have a cork remover.
That's right.
That sold me.
That.
I was like, I'm not going to have arthritis.
Mm-mm.
You know? Or a broken bottle and trying to drink the wine.
That's
because
right.
You ever not have a cork remover and you have to take it out with a fork?
Or a knife.
Or a screwdriver?
Mm-hmm. Or drill.
Oh, my God.
It doesn't usually end well.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Down in it.
Georgetown. The best wine.
Get a hold of Geno.
Yeah, if you're in California and you're looking for great wine, because California wine's probably shit compared to Ohio wine, especially Georgetown Vineyards wine, you should drink Georgetown Vineyards.
Even tastes really good in the red Solo cup.
Yeah. Live from the trailer park. And here we are Red Solo Cup and all.
That's right.
We do it true Guernsey County style. Red Solo Cups on the podcast.
That's right.
With no shame.
No shame in our game.
So, I mean, we met actually kind of over the Body Butters and the I Believe in You stuff that I was doing. The group that I was holding. It was like a weird connection how we met.
It was over unicorn farts.
Yeah. Krista, my friend Krista, turned me on to that damn unicorn farts body butter. And I was like, oh my God, this stuff's amazing.
And somebody said you should see how many people were talking about the body butter on, it was your page. And,
yeah.
and then when I looked at you, I went, oh my gosh, I changed the diaper. I was like, wait a minute.
Full circle moment.
All grown up.
Yeah. Aha moment. It's the universe, you know.
I had kind of kept up with you through the years.
Yeah.
In a weird way, just because of the family and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was so great to see what you were doing and how you were doing, and I wanted to know more.
Yeah.
Curiosity.
Curiosity made the unicorn fart.
And when you speak, when I didn't know what you were doing or any of that. I knew you had a lot of followers, and I wanted to know, what are they following? I mean,
Yeah.
gorgeous. But besides that, what are we following? There's going to be something.
The circus. Yeah.
And then you're so positive,
Yeah.
which there can never be enough of that.
Right.
And so that instant
We need more of that.
wanted more.
Yeah. Yeah. I think people are tired of the same old miserable life and the miserable, like, negative mindset that's been handed down generation after generation. And I think people are just ready for something new, fresh, and young. They're ready for me. No.
You're fresh and young. You're ready for me. Well, I'm out. Per our conversation earlier.
People are ready for something positive, and they're ready for something new, a new experience, you know? And I bring new experience every day in everything that I do.
Yes, you do.
And that's the point. It's if you can predict your reality, you can't get anything new out of it. Because I believe, my sole belief is that our thoughts create and manifest what comes around us. And so our mindset plays a big role in that. And if you're not the captain of your ship, you know, if you're not steering your soul and your thoughts and your beliefs and everything in the direction you want, then you're not going to manifest what you desire. You're going to let, you know.
You'll manifest something, all right, but it's not going to be what you wanted.
Exactly. It'll be all your fears and worries and everybody else's opinions and, yeah, all the judgment.
What you've been doing your whole life, or, you know, pretty much until you find change.
Exactly.
I listen to, there's a YouTube, it's 8 hours long, so I'm guaranteed that it'll play the whole time I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
And because I can't make it that long. And they're positive affirmations all night. You know, I am worthy. I am successful. You know, I am kind. I am, and just all through the night. I listened to that, and it said to do it for 21 days. And I thought, well, probably in my case, I might want to do it a little longer. So I do, and I tell you what, I am blessed.
Yeah.
I am blessed. I don't chase anything. I said I let it come to me, and it's all energy. So
I'm telling you, man, it works.
it works.
It works. You know, Wayne Dyer said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change.
Yes.
When you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change. But not until then.
No.
Not until then. If you see it the same way every day, you're predicting that reality, and guess what?
Yeah.
Here she is, all shiny and the same as yesterday.
That is right.
Right.
That is right.
So when you were saying those affirmations, I was hearing your goddess voice ring through my headphones, and I thought to myself, wouldn't it be cool to like have like a master class like in session in here? Like I set up a table and we all like make brand books. And, like, I print out, and, like, we fill, like, a binder, what everybody makes their self, not just print them out. But then, like, you get to record a voice recording.
That would be cool.
Like, it would be me saying, I am blessed.
I am blessed.
I love me.
Yes.
I am manifesting blank, blank, blank. Like, and I then airdrop the audio file to the person in the class's phone. and they get to take that home and put headphones on and listen to it for 21 days, night after night, themselves telling them while they're here in high spirits with me recording
That's right.
Because I don't want you in your car like, I am blessed.
I'm blessed.
Okay, Becky.
Fruitful.
Yeah. I'm fruitful. Shut up, Grandma. I'm trying to do my affirmations. You know?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's a good...
That would be amazing.
Yeah. Will you make a mental note of that, Casey? Yeah. Noted.
She's got it.
She's the bomb. Other than the cough and the chewing gum and the... We're going to work through it.
She's wonderful.
That's what real friends do.
That is right.
Yeah.
You two do a lot together.
Are you speechless now? You're not going to say nothing?
No, I'm not allowed to talk. I might cough.
Shut up. You got rid of your gum, didn't you? Come on. Give us a...
I might move wrong. And
Stop it.
get fired.
I just couldn't take the chewing gum. I'm off Prozac. And
I was trying to not cough.
with chewing gum.
Ah, with gum.
You just got to drink more wine, honey. Have I not taught you anything?
I have got it.
Cheers. Salute.
Salute.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Yeah.
Stay, bitches.
Oh, I feel bad that Ashley's not here tonight, but I think,
I can't wait to meet her.
oh, she's great, man. She's great. And we have a good, I can't wait to tell everybody on the podcast later, but yeah, we have a good event coming up and it's going to be fire. And it's right after Art Fest. So,
Oh, that'd be exciting.
yeah, don't forget Art Fest is May 20th here in Byesville, right behind us on 2nd Street. We're still taking vendors. Vendors pay $25 to set up. Anyone can be a vendor. I think we have a good bit of spots left. There will be kids' activities. Still working on a bounce house. We have
that'll be great.
mural painting. So there will be a faux mural wall up that the community is going to be able to paint on. Sidewalk chalk art, which will also double as photo backdrops. So it's like a cool idea where you do the sidewalk chalk and then the kids lay in it and you take their pictures from above.
I like
Yeah,
that.
very cool. We have businesses doing kids activities. We have businesses setting up. We have live painters. We're going to have live music from local artists. We'll have a stage here, 2 food trucks.
It's gonna be hopping.
Yeah, Marlene's is going to be serving beer. Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's
would
going to
be
be a
fun.
really good time. Yeah, I'm
Looking forward to
it.
that too.
Yeah.
A lot of things coming up.
Are you going to
Seems
sell body butter?
Yes.
Yes. You're going to have to keep it cool.
Yeah, keep it cool. I know. Well, listen, I have these things I freeze and
Oh.
I sit them on it.
I love that.
I thought about getting a little cart though and just putting ice and just sitting them on ice, kind of like people do, with
Yep.
beverages.
That'd be
I mean,
cool.
it's better.
I love it.
I'll figure it out. The very first time I ever sold a body butter,
Mm-hmm.
it was the hottest day of the year. I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
But I didn't. I had already told myself I was going
Yeah.
because I wasn't even sure about it, And so it would have been easy to talk myself out of it because it's the
Just
hottest
like-
day of the year.
It's kind of like the first podcast. Like I was like, I am not going to post this. It sounded so horrible. But then I was like, nope, you said you were going to do
You
it.
said you were going to
You're
do
a man
it.
of your word. You better
That's right.
post that video and eat it.
Mm-hmm.
So I did. And if you guys want to go check it out, you can. You can go back and look.
Yeah, it's a very good one.
Yeah.
They're all good though. I've enjoyed every one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've enjoyed every one of them. Every one of them.
Well, thank you. I know you're a
Yes.
faithful listener,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm a faithful user of your products.
I
but
know you are.
Yeah, but
your newest favorite,
you didn't comp out. My newest favorite is Hawaiian Ambrosia.
Hawaiian Ambrosia.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I tell you what, I can't find it anymore because everybody buys it. But you did set me up with the scrub, which I love, and every time I put that on in the morning, it's like a brand new lease on life. Like it's like a vacation.
Mm.
I just feel worth a lot of money when I put that on. You know what I mean?
My
Like,
heart. I love that.
I do, and I've used them all. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I've used the strawberry, I've used the watermelon, I've used the apple, I've used the all the 50 Shades of Grey. I've used the unicorn farts. I've used the cinnamon. I've used
Oh wow! I didn't
the
realize.
marshmallow. Yeah,
I guess I didn't realize you used so many.
Yeah, well, I buy a lot. So I've used all them, and the Hawaiian ambrosia makes me feel the best.
It's relaxing.
Oh, it's like
It really is. Yes.
it's so good.
I said all of them were meant to touch all of your senses, you know.
Yeah.
And for some, it may be sea salt dreams. For you, it's Hawaiian ambrosia. For me, the one that pushed me over the edge was the strawberry buttercream cupcake. I tasted it.
Oh, shut
It tastes like shit.
Yeah.
But I did it. I couldn't stop myself. It was late at night. I was in the kitchen.
Oh my god.
And it really, the smell, and I don't know what I've been watching on TV. It was probably something. I watched these spring bake-offs and different things. And,
Yeah.
and I was in there. And
Spring bake-off.
That's what sometimes will motivate me, though, or inspire me.
Yeah.
Is I'll be watching this stuff, and they're piping.
Yeah. So that you.
And I want to go pipe too.
Yeah.
So then I go in there, but it smelled amazing. It smelled like I had to taste it. That was, and I've made hundreds of butters, and I've never tasted one until then, and it broke me.
Yep.
And it was terrible.
Done. Yeah. Done.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't. I would have to come up with a different formula for edible. Because that wouldn't be one. Because it was so gross.
Edible. Oh, you said edible, and I'm thinking edible marijuana.
Like butter,
Yeah.
because I've been asked if I would do some oils or butters that are, just
Really?
for Valentine's Day. Folks, yeah,
Oh my God.
people were asking me.
The
and
Lion's Den hit you up for a product deal.
I'm like, I'm not there yet. I haven't come up with any. I will come up with something.
Okay.
Oh, I will.
Sugar free.
I haven't yet. But I want it to taste. So if I make a product that is edible, I'm going to want it to taste amazing.
Yeah. What would it? I don't even.
I don't even know.
We're not even
That's
gonna brainstorm.
Yeah,
that,
no,
but,
that's
yeah.
too much for my brain.
That's so exciting. Yeah.
But I love creating and formulating.
Eat my body butter.
And some of the names that I get a lot of input on what I should name a butter, and I listen.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
You
not
let
all of them.
You let some people chime in.
Mm-hmm,
Oh, that's
absolutely,
cool.
and I give them credit. If they've helped me name one, or
See, that's what people want. They want to be included.
they want to be included,
Mm-hmm.
and it is important. And just like when they
It
go to
is.
pick out a butter, they all have charms.
Yep.
I want them to take the time and pick out the charm that talks to them.
Yeah.
And
Collect them.
as a whole, I wanted the entire experience.
Yeah, I love that.
Now I just need to doll up my station
Yep.
because, I want it to be a whole experience. And yet, I was telling Casey when I was there the other day, and I really got to looking, I started laughing, and I thought, oh my God, because mine's the doodliest looking station over there. It's just not, for somebody who has body butters, it's just not what you would think of. But I bought greenery because I thought I want to make it a little more feminine.
Mm-hmm.
And I stuck the greenery in the top of the vanity, and now it has big tails.
Oh my God.
I brought it to life. It's terrible. I'll never be able to look at it now. I'm going to have to do something. So
We're gonna have to get you.
I really need help.
Yeah.
I need folks to send me pictures.
Here's the funny thing. Like, you got a good product when your station looks like that. Grandma's antique
Oh man,
vanity.
hallelujah!
I'm telling you, and they sell out every time.
But now, and I suppose now people will see that too when they're there. They're going to see that it's. I want to put eyes on there. Almost.
Maybe they'll think you got robbed and soon as sold out.
Right? She's getting robbed. She wasn't sold out. She was robbed. But the walls back there are so plain, and everyone else over there mostly has stuff hanging because they're selling stuff.
Yeah.
On the walls.
Yep.
Well, I don't have anything on the walls to sell, but what I do, I would love, is pictures of people who use the body butters.
Oh yeah.
I would love to send me them, and then I can have them blown up.
Yeah.
And put them up there. And I'm also going to put some of my recommendations and different things people have said. I'm going to blow those up.
I love that.
If I can figure out how to do it.
I'm gonna have to help you.
And I probably
in my spare time.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. We're gonna have to get it
I'll
done.
hire you.
Yeah. We're gonna have to get it done.
'Cause, I know you're doing a lot.
Jesus. Yeah.
I need your services. I do, because I need a sign. that says 1111.
We talked about this.
Yeah.
I
definitely
need I wonder if Santa like rents out the elves because I need them.
I know you do. You're
I
so
need
busy.
little things that don't take up much room because I ain't got much square footage here. But
So adorable.
I don't want them to take up too much space around me. It's like ants, you know. Like just put the wire on the. Yeah.
Little elves.
Help me out, guys.
Help me out.
Don't cause me too many problems.
Or like the shoemaker. You can wake up the next day and everything's done.
Oh,
That'd be amazing.
is that a real thing?
It is. I think it's stories.
Is that how
When I was
shoes are-
little.
Is that how shoes are made?
That's what they say.
Oh my god.
In my reality, you know,
yeah,
I'll
I
have
buy
my
it, it's
own
over.
reality, which that is reality, right? Your own. It's whatever I perceive it to be, whatever
It
I
really is.
feel. It's generally I don't really see. I feel. I'm blind in every aspect of the.
So that's a perfect
The word.
segue into you becoming a rock star. Do people know this about you? Do people know you were a singer?
That was so last decade.
But it still happened.
Yeah, I did.
You were pretty good at it.
I was average. I said I was an average singer, but what set me apart was that I connected
Yeah.
with people.
Well, you
and-
have that natural.
and they connected with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it.
You're a lover of people.
I am a lover of people.
Yeah.
I really am. I've tried not to be in my life.
Screw that.
Well, listen, there was a time I didn't want to be.
Yeah.
I didn't want to love anything, but I couldn't be. You can't. When you are, you are.
I'm telling you. I've tried, like, when I before I detransitioned, when I was trans, like, unicorns were my thing for, like, a decade. And then, like, I detransitioned and thought, like, I would get away from the unicorns and, like, bruh.
No. No.
It is me.
I don't think it worked.
Yeah.
Just, as I sit here and, look around. No, you know what? Unicorns are wonderful.
I made a post the other day, I think it was yesterday or something. I said, I didn't realize that, I don't know, it was something like I was supposed to, like, embrace me being different. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, I missed that, like, most of my adulthood. Like, I was trying to, like, navigate through it, but, like, really it was
Sure.
just like, no, you just be that.
Just be.
Yeah.
I always say just be.
Yeah, I think we would see more people like me, not like me, but like more engulfed in like their own way and their own system and their own things if they just embrace that it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't have to fit into a norm. You don't have to fit into a box. You don't have to be held hostage,
I never fit into the
No.
box.
And
Maybe it
that's-
was the hips, but I never fit into the circle or the box.
Right.
Ever.
But that's the way to live,
Mm-hmm. I've always believed in expressing myself and just being.
Yeah.
I've always been a fighter. Not so much anymore. And when I say fighter, I don't mean literally, but I mean I have, whatever, but
Pushing through it all.
through always, no matter what it was,
Yeah.
I always knew that everything would be fine.
Yeah, and it will, and it always has been.
Always.
And it's a tough thing to say when some people are like on the edge of like the darkest moments of their life,
Mhm.
but yeah, it's
Oh
all,
yeah. And I couldn't get out of a chair.
yeah.
And that's how 1111 came to be, really. I couldn't get out of a chair. I didn't want to
Yeah.
for
Giving up.
months. Yes, for months. People would come check on me and, try to get me to move and be motivated and do something that day.
Yeah.
And
So
finally.
why were you confined to the chair?
My brother took his life 5 months after my mom passed, which she had hospice for a year.
Yeah.
And he had was living with her and was sober, wasn't using, and was doing really well. But then when she started to get downhill, I knew I was going to lose both of them
Yeah.
because they were codependent. My whole life worrying about them. And so when he took his life, we were supposed to survive it together. And that really, that messed me up,
Yeah.
And I was still living in the chaos. I hadn't yet
Yeah.
found calm.
Yeah.
Which calm to me was chaos, if that makes sense. And chaos was my calm.
Mm-hmm. Chaos was all you knew, so that was your
From
normal.
birth.
Yeah.
And when I say from birth, and this is funny, but it's not, but it is. The story of my birth, my mom said it was her worst day in her life. Because I guess my dad was drunk down at like with his now steak and ale, and my grandpa had to go get him. This is back in the day when they would smoke in the waiting room, and 71, right?
Good old days.
To the point where my mom was so stressed out, must have stressed my whole family out, because everybody in my family thought I was born on the 21st. So I have 2 birthdays. I found out when I was 14 and nibbing through, I found a baby book. And then I thought, oh, damn, the paper was wrong. And then I was like, I was thought my mom, I thought, well, she must have been stoned or something, because I'm 14. I understand what's up now. And I was thinking, what the hell? And it kept saying the 22nd. And I thought my birthday is the 21st, and the paper was wrong. And then my birth certificate was wrong.
Oh, shit.
And then I had to inform the family that it was all wrong.
Hey, guys, you fucked up.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. We weren't supposed to say that.
Sorry.
And so for 14 years, the years where you're having slumber parties and things, I really thought that's when I was born. Now, you know what? I'm blessed. I have 2 birthdays. How many people get to say that?
You're like, we're carrying this one through.
I have 2.
I love it.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So after
But that
he
was the
passed
chaos.
away,
He-
what?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
What was going through your head? Like,
at first, I was in disbelief. I don't usually tell, like when I tell the story, I kind of jump quick.
to
So
get
this
away
is
from
awesome. No, I don't know. I just have never opened. I feel comfortable in this space.
You
share it.
are safe here.
And there are things that were unique that happened that are a blessing, that your subconscious is aware, even when I didn't know he was gone. And that sounds crazy, but the day that I learned he passed, I had brought him back after Mom passed. What am I going to do? I brought him home, and I had just went back to work not long before that. I worked weekends at a private campground resort selling memberships.
Yeah.
And it was Memorial Weekend. And I was there, and I was used to daily text or conversations or calls or something where I can't do it anymore. I heard this every day. So you kind of become numb.
He said, I can't do it anymore?
Every day.
See.
But so you kind of get numb.
Yeah, absolutely. So I hate to say this, but I have to say this because it needs to be put into perspective. Like, but that's like negative talk about like wanting it to all be over. And like, I believe we manifest our lives, and like, that's where you'll never
Every
hear.
day.
Bro, I do not say stuff like that.
Ever.
Like, if I didn't solely believe that, like to the depth of my soul, I sure as hell wouldn't say that about your passed on brother. Like,
No, I agree.
believe this with all of my heart.
Yes.
Every ounce of my being. I know this to be true. Like, you can't joke around about this.
No.
Stuff. Like, this life is really being created.
Yes. And once she passed, that's what he felt, right? So every day. And so I was at work.
Yeah.
And it was Memorial Weekend. And I remember I got a text from him that said, and this was his last text. It said simply, I can't take it anymore. I need to talk to Mom. And I replied and I said, oh, I know. It'll be okay, Bub. It'll be okay. And I'll be home in a couple days. And we'll do something. And that was his last text. And then later on that afternoon, and my stomach, mind you, that didn't really faze me. I know I should be saying it. I was so used to it.
Right.
I just went about my day, kind of forgot about it. My day was busy. Yeah. And then a coworker said, hey, will you, and this is one of the parts that I don't usually talk about that's so unique. My stomach had been bothering me all day. And she said, will you get on a golf cart? I have to ride down and talk to a member. Will you go with me? And I said, my stomach's really bothering me. I don't know how long are you going to be? Because I don't know how long I could be gone all day. But I never put 2 and 2 together on that part either. And she said, we'll only be down there a few minutes. So I go and we pull up on the golf cart, and I'm kind of just like, don't hit any bumps, on the way there. I'm not feeling too good. And the lady, I remember, Sue gets off the golf cart to go hand her something, and I noticed this lady's tattoo, and it's on her arm, and it says RIH, and it was beautiful. And I said, beautiful tattoo. And she said, thanks, it's in memory of my brother. Now, I would never, ever say what I'm about to say that I said to her, because I normally would never. It was my subconscious talking. Wasn't me. I would normally say, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I mean, like anyone else, right? Like what you would say. And I looked at this lady and I said, did he use? Who says that? I mean, I don't know this lady. So, and she looked at me funny. But then she looked at me in a way and she said, yes.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm so sorry. And I hugged her. And we said our goodbyes. And as I was leaving, though, I looked at her and I said, you know, one day I know I'm going to get the call. Or I'm going to find him. I said, and my brother, I just know that's going to happen. My mom passed away and you know, I know. Do you know he was already gone? When I said that, when I said, do you use? Which I would never say. And so I think I think my subconscious was trying to prepare me. Because at 5:56 p.m. that day, I get off work, I go over to my cabin because I stayed there. Beautiful cabin on the River of Mohican. I went to snap the very first picture of the first kayakers I'd seen of the year. Was at 5:56 and my phone rang. As soon as I hit the button, he's not breathing.
Damn.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I didn't think anything more about it when he said it, but that was, I thought, one of the crazy things.
It's, you know, our energy is so powerful, and I don't know how, like, we see signs and we don't pay attention to them.
That's right.
You know?
Oh, that's right.
I mean, it's not saying like those signs of like that person with the tattoo and all this and you hugging. Yeah, that's not saying that could have stopped, you know, whatever your brother had going on that ended his life. But it's just wild how the signs are still there. And like if we learn like that everything really is energy, everything is connected, and somehow, some way, everything's communicating to you at all times. It doesn't take a break. And, you know, it's going to knock on your door, and then it's going to throw a pebble at you, and then it's going to thump you over the head, and then, you know, you're hit by a truck and paralyzed in the hospital because you didn't listen to all the other things.
That's right.
And I believe that's how life works, you know? So it sucks to hear that your brother's gone, you know?
I said, get him up, of course. I'm like, get him up, beat on his chest, walk him around. I'm just so used to him.
So used to it.
He has been a John Doe in the hospital before in Indianapolis. I'm trying to find him. He's been, you know, this wasn't the first go, you know? And so I'm like, get him up, you know? Meanwhile, of course, then I hear he said I have to call an ambulance, and then I hear within minutes that, and everything else from there. I just remember I drove back here, tried to get him to leave him there, but so anyway, that, you know, he was already gone, and the last text from him, I didn't know when it came. I never paid attention. He always locked his phone too, and before he passed, he unlocked it. He wanted me to see what he had been going through. I believe this. So for 3 months, I sat in my house, very dangerous. As low as I've ever been. I didn't want to live. And I knew, you know, I guess I have children, I have beautiful grandchildren, but my mom and my brother is my whole life of who I grew up with.
So close, back-to-back passing.
That's who we grew up, you know, it was just us three. I found out later I had a brother and sister. I didn't know this at the time. And so I was at home, and every day I was going through his phone and I was connecting the dots, and I had it all drawn out. Like if you ever watch 48 Hours. I was.
You got the strings on the.
I did that for 3 months until I nailed it down, where it came from, who brought it to him, right to the. Now I think back and I'm like, oh, that wasted energy. He's gone. He wouldn't want me to do that.
Right, and that's not going to solve anything.
No.
But it's, you know, you want justice in some way, shape, or form.
And And as one of them would pass away, I would go 4 down, 3 to go. I'd put on Facebook.
Yeah.
I was very much in
Sad but
a
true.
mode.
Well, it gets you in this, like revenge mode because they take, they, and I say they lightheartedly, as in like drugs, dealers, all of it take from you your most precious possessions. Your children, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, like whatever, your belongings. So yeah, it does. And there's a lot of bitter people out there that are still on the hunt and to no avail, or to land themselves in jail.
And if I could give them any advice, it would be look inside. Don't waste your energy trying to find out the who's and the what's and the where's. It was whatever went in the arm or whatever went in the, that was the finality of it. Yeah. That other stuff doesn't matter. They're all in pain. They're all someone's child or someone's, and that was hard for me to wrap my head around. Yeah. I had my life threatened. I had people coming. It was really an odd time. But I would say don't waste your energy. Put it towards something positive. Make some change.
Absolutely.
But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to die until I was sitting in my chair, and I thought, I'm going to read it. Months ago by, I read everything else, but I wasn't reading our messages. Yeah. And I wanted to know more about that last message. I couldn't exactly remember. And I went and looked, and I've always made wishes at 11:11. I had the pillows, the coasters. And I looked, and the last text from my brother was at 11:11. And I went, and it was life. Yeah. Back into myself. And I said,
chills all over my body.
Oof. Yeah. It was the deepest breath of beautiful air. Yeah. And I knew I wanted to live. That was the beginning.
Okay, let's break this down a little bit, because I'm curious as to like your thoughts around this. What was that? What was the meaning of you seeing that text and that breath? How did that breathe life back into you? Can you describe that?
I knew without a doubt, because I had been wondering, is he okay? After all, he took his life, I didn't know anything. I didn't even know who I was until I took that breath. When I saw 11:11, it was so powerful to me, because I knew that meant he was fine. Yeah. He's where he was wanting to go. Yeah. He made it. Yep. And he made it, and now they're together. Yeah. Now I have to make it. How could I not want to make it? Right. After all, they would want me to live my best life. And I promised my mom that a couple things on her deathbed. I was right there with her, and I told her, I will take care of Pete to the best of my ability. I'll always make sure he has a home, and I will live my best life. But that was a lie. Yeah. Because if you're worried about someone continually, and that was my whole life, worrying. Yep. So I couldn't live my best life. It took, and this is hard to say, and I hope people don't take this wrong, and if they do, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. I couldn't live my best life until they died.
Fuck.
Sorry. It's the truth.
But hey, you know what? I hate to say it, but
that's deep.
Do you know how many situations that are out there like that? Oh. I mean, that's a real situation.
Yeah, I've thrown bricks through windows. I've drug him out of places. You do that so many times, right? You don't know who you lose yourself. I was gone way before he passed.
Even people without drugs or crime are held hostage in their own minds because of their family ties that hold them hostage. Their mother that's extra critical. Yes. That never eases up on her little boy. and just runs him into the ground as a dog. And he can't stand up and be a man and be happy because she's still breathing.
Still breathing.
And it is sad, but it is true that he is, and I'm not saying this is everyone, but I've just recently talked to someone that's like this. He's waiting for her to be gone peacefully so he can live his life. And that's a freaking
That is
screwed
the
up.
hardest.
I'm telling you.
I couldn't see that when I was in it because I was born into chaos, right? Lived in chaos. 2 stepdads, you know, and we won't even, you can put your own frame on what they did, you know, from 3 to whatever age. And so there was always chaos. And so worrying about if my brother's falling asleep on a gas can when I was younger. I mean, just, it never stopped. My mom just congestive heart failure constantly. Obese and tired and a lovely person.
Stressed.
But I was taking the brunt. I was the one, because I always have been strong and strong enough.
What choice did you have?
Right.
Right.
I was born strong.
You're in chaos. Be the pillar, because nobody else is. Everyone's falling apart.
Everyone's falling apart. And so I even stayed in that to try to help my mom, you know. So when she broke away and got to Indiana and my brother got free, you know, I thought, oh, finally, you know. And so my life got a little better. I was going to Punta Cana, doing some things, you know, traveling. And then he's a John Doe in the hospital, and then this, and then that. And it never ended until...
And you had to run to the rescue.
Yes, I would go every 2 weeks. And I had a very stressful job too, mind you.
Yeah.
In 90 minutes, I had to make you fall in love with, you know, Rocky Fork. I'm just saying. Oh, you've never seen a horse. Well, now you're going to love them. But it was difficult, and I did that for 18 years.
Oh, wow.
And I was management, which I never should have said yes to, because that's the worst thing there. I mean, you wouldn't think that, but for me it was. That's to say, for where I was going through my life.
Yeah.
Because you lived, eat, and breathed it. And so when they passed, I remember, you know, again, nothing until the 11:11, and then again I breathed life, right? So now I've took the breath of life.
Yeah.
And now what do I do with it? So I've always tried to meditate. And you and I kind of talked about this one day, because you have an interesting,
similar.
He wouldn't, similar. You wouldn't say anything though, because you wanted to hear me first.
Yeah.
And I don't blame you, because I know a lot of people can.
So full disclosure, we were talking about this, a little bit of this story. Today is more in depth, obviously, because we wanted to save it for the podcast. But I asked how 11/11 came about, yada yada yada, some of this story, and then she went into the meditation part, which I didn't tell her anything about my spiritual path, awakening, all that stuff.
No.
And excuse me, one of the most healing times for me was when I went into the deepest meditation I've ever tapped into. And it was a profound moment that woke me up and gave me kind of like your breath type thing. But tell us about your meditation, which is kind of magical.
It is so magical. I decided that I was going to go outside. Now, I know that sounds silly, but for me, that was huge.
Big step.
Yeah, I was going to step out the door.
You're like, I've taken this breath. Now I got to be out there.
And so I went onto the back patio where he last sat, because he took a selfie that morning, that day. And so I sat in the seat that he was sitting in. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to try to meditate. Like, I'm going to really try this again, because I've tried many times, and my head is like so busy. I could never do it. So I sat there and I relaxed, and I could hear nature. You know, I could hear the birds, and so it was just perfect. It was the perfect setup for me, really. And I was looking around the yard, wondering what he had last looked at. You know, it was his last look, and that house has always been our happy place. It was my grandparents, and so it was you always knew the phone number and everything. So I was sitting out there and saw all these calm things. It was a good feeling for the first time in a long time. And as I was relaxing, I shut my eyes at some point. Now, I was so relaxed, I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah.
Then I shut my eyes. And when I shut my eyes, I guess I got so deep into this that at one point I thought I was falling.
Wow.
And I like went to catch myself. Like if you've ever been asleep and it was that same jolt, right? And so that happens. And then all of a sudden, and this is where people, I might lose some folks, but it's so true. I hear just the good old boys theme song.
Just the good old boys.
Never meaning no harm.
Yep.
Okay, so I hear that. I'm thinking I'm looking, but I'm not really because my eyes are still shut. I suppose I really wasn't like I looked into the clouds, but yet I was seeing things.
You tapped into a different region.
I was gone. Okay. And I hear just the good old boys. Now, mind you, that my brother and I watched Dukes of Hazzard growing up. That was, of course, everyone did. And I saw the Dukes of Hazzard car jump the ramp about that time. And right about then, I saw my mom. And she was, when people say people were beautiful, she was unlike anything she was ever here. Her hair was beautiful, but it was just straight, and it was healthy. That's what I mean when they describe flowers that do not wilt. And so my mom was beautiful, and she wouldn't pay attention to me though. In this vision, I whatever, when I was meditating, I take it was a vision. I needed still to, you wonder about your brother, I wondered. And right about then, I saw that little towhead, and he was young, and his hair was swaying, and my mom picked him up and was going around in circles, and she looked at me and smiled, but then just kept going.
Oh, I just got chills.
And then I see him tumbling and rolling, and without a doubt, like I knew they're together.
Yeah.
So if people wonder, maybe their brother took his life, or their father, or, if they wonder, because a lot of people think that, well, it's over because they did that. That's not true. And I know this because I saw it.
Yeah.
And
the spirit moves on.
It moves on. It's energy, baby.
Yeah.
And there they were, and it was beautiful.
Yep.
And then they were gone. And I was awake. I mean, I would suppose I was awake anyway, but I don't know.
Back to reality.
I was so happy that I meditated.
Yeah.
I wanted to celebrate that.
You had that experience, which is what I would call like a profound spiritual experience that I've had before. And coming out of that, the emotional change, the physiological change, the chemical change in the brain, the body, everything. You're like a brand new person.
Your whole makeup is different.
You've leveled up.
Yeah.
Out of the depressed, maintainable state of funk that you're in from whatever the tragedy is, whatever it is. And one transcendental experience changed your whole life. I have not looked back, and neither have you.
How can you?
You can't.
But how could you if it really happens?
But here's the thing. We know when we tapped into that meditation, like when you did yours and I did mine, separate times, separate events, whatever. But I came out of there knowing that's real.
That's real.
Way realer than all this.
Than this.
Way realer.
100%.
You can't. That's why I'm so stern and confident and persistent, is because I've tapped into something else.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
The God energy.
Oh, the God energy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what I always say. And I always give credit because, I mean, I've never, like I said, never been able to meditate and to be able to tap into that and to be changed immediately.
Yeah.
The hate, the wanting to go find them and hurt them and this and that.
Gone.
where I want to go hug them and help them. It's
No
different.
therapy, no pills,
No. I don't
one
take
meditation.
any pills. Yeah, no, there's nothing like that.
And I think, I hear, because I know a lot of people that have done similar experiences, but ours like really resonate close together because it was death, and you know what I mean? Some people are like recovering from like rape trauma or something like that. And I think, the ones that I see that have had this like pivotal experience, they wanted it bad. Like whatever the thing, like I wanted my aunt Donna bad. You wanted your brother and to know,
had to know
bad. Like, and these people, like, it's the answer. How bad do you want it, and are you willing to surrender? And once you get like, okay, I'm drained, it's all out of me, I cannot go on.
Yes.
And you relax, and you say, okay, let me try this. Maybe there's something to it. Boom. And it's a numbers game.
You ready to get freakier?
Let's go.
So that same day, Dusty and Stacy, which is my brother's, pretty much like his brother's best friend, they had checked on me daily, and I couldn't wait to tell them.
Yeah.
They come over, and I had a Spotify on my phone, and they have like a weekly playlist, daily, weekly. Well, we always listen to this one playlist because I couldn't listen to the funeral music anymore.
Yeah.
Not after this, especially. I don't want to hear it. And so went to I think it might have been the weekly, because it had to have been, because it hadn't changed.
Like a top weekly or whatever.
Yeah, and you can't add songs onto this list. You have no control of this list. It's a Spotify's list.
Yeah.
It's different than when you make your own. We're sitting there, and they come to the house every day to check on me. And so it's not like they hadn't heard the music on there, but I look and I go, oh my gosh. And they're like, what? And I'm like, how's this possible?
Yeah.
And they said, what? And I said, it's the Dukes of Hazzard theme song. I guess I didn't even know it was a real song that would be out there anyway.
Yeah.
Now it's on my Spotify weekly thing that hadn't changed. We're in the middle of the week or whatever. And I'm like, how's that there? And I'm so thankful that they were there, because I'd really seem crazy. You know what I mean? Like, you're telling people you saw the Dukes of Hazzard card. Now I'm telling you that it's on the Spotify, and it was. Yeah. And I said, Dusty, do you see it? And he said, yeah. I said, Stacy, do you see it? She said, oh, yeah, I see it. I said, what do I do now? Dusty said, well, hell, play it. Hit the play button, girl. What are you waiting on?
Yeah.
And so I went to hit the play button, and it automatically said, and he saw this, it said error. And it said, cannot play file does not exist. And it was gone.
Oh, my
Now, this is the same song that I just heard earlier that day in my... So that...
And then it shows up in the playlist. I got cold chills. And it shows up in the playlist, and then it doesn't play.
Profound. Yes. It does not play.
But see, that's...
Because it did not exist.
It's like... Okay, we confirm this in a meditation. Now you keep telling everybody and like talking about it, and like people don't believe you, but they believe you, and like we're gonna confirm it. Like the universe just like drops another.
Yes.
It's like when I like second guess myself about like quitting my job in June and all this stuff. Like the universe is like, oh, here's another order. Here's another order.
That's right.
Here's more money. Here's this. Here's all this abundance.
It's coming to you.
Coming. And I'm not even asking.
You're accepting.
I am accepting, because I'm ready to move on.
That's right.
It is time.
It is time.
But it's so funny. Just, you can't underestimate the power of the entire universe.
I did before all that. I can tell you that. I did before all that. I thought,
yeah, I believe
shit world, because I was so down.
Yeah, and we've all been there. But when you know better.
But when that happens.
When you know better, you do better.
You do better.
Ooh.
And we all.
I hope people get
could
something
have
from
that
your story. Yeah.
Everybody can experience it if you can find the quiet, find the peace.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a little bit, because I wasn't great. It's not like I was doing
some Zen master.
No, I was still having a hard time. I was still coming through. But then after that happened, I started to come through even quicker. I'm not saying I was perfectly healed.
Well, because
but I knew this was real.
Yeah, it was the crumbs to the cookie.
That was that's
yeah.
it.
It was the crumbs to the cookie. You're like, oh shit, there is a cookie.
Yes.
Like I thought it was over. Like, but
that's right.
There is a cookie. Here's some crumbs. Like,
that's right.
And that is true. It's not a one stop shop. It's okay this way.
Then I decided, because again, this is all part of my healing, how 11/11 came about. I decided that I'm going to live with my son for 1 year in Florida. I'm going to go. This was going to be my year of travel.
Yeah.
Because I started hooking up with my ex-husband, which was the dumbest thing I could have ever. Don't do that, by the way, if you're in grief.
Dad?
No.
Oh.
No, a guy that raised them, though.
Okay.
We were together for many years. And my mom always loved him, so I thought that was a sign when he came back into my life. Don't ever do that, by the way. When you're grieving and you're, don't go backwards.
Life is meant to walk forwards,
not
backwards.
back.
Yeah.
But what happened is after the meditation, I started listening. I started listening to in here. So it was telling me something was off a little, because he lived in Chicago. And when I went to Florida, I thought, okay, I work in New York. I thought, I have the house in Ohio. I'm going to stay in Florida and travel to Chicago. This is going to be my year of travel.
Mm-hmm.
My gut started telling me, no, he's not. He was still controlling, and I'm different now.
Yeah.
So I can't.
Not the same pushover.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And I remember being in Chicago, and I was standing on a balcony having a cigarette, and I looked in and I said, "Did you ever get that feeling this might be the last time you ever see someone?" And he goes, "I'd want to see you again." I said, "Oh, it takes two."
Yeah.
It takes two. I said, "I'm not talking about you." I was like Corella DeVille, swear to God. And I said, and I never had a voice with him though, so this was huge. And it scared him to the point when I got back to Florida.
And you're on a balcony.
That's right.
Overlooking the city.
I get to Florida.
Honey.
I left. I even left early. And I get to Florida and he's on the next flight. I didn't know that. To prove his love or whatever. But still, it didn't work. And so I knew that wasn't right.
Yeah.
And I had started taking like different steps. So I thought, okay, I'm in Florida. I can still do the New York thing, this and that. But I'm a hermit. I'm a weird hermit.
Yeah.
I'll drive across the United States, but don't ask me to go 2 blocks down. I need my GPS.
Girl.
But I'm weird. And like I would get anxious about going a block away, but yet I'll drive to New York.
Yeah.
Every time I go to work.
Yep.
Weird. Very weird. I'm a weird hermit. And I can socialize, but it's strange. I can go out and do things, but I'm not a social butterfly, if that makes sense. I'm comfortable here. And so leaning into the uncomfortable, right? Leaving my house.
Yeah.
Most of the time would be leaning into, because it's so calm there and I'm so happy.
Yeah.
But I go to Florida thinking, I'm going to heal my heart, which I did, by the way. I spent a year during COVID.
Yep.
It happened 2 weeks after I arrived. And then I would come to Ohio on my way to New York.
Yeah.
And I would have dinner with my friends that were there for me when I lost my whole family, right?
Yeah.
And so a week before I came back from Florida for one of these dinners, I was on Facebook, and Catherine Moore, you might have heard of her, a renowned psychic, amazing medium. She does not, you don't ask her, she doesn't ask you questions, she's just going to tell you. And that's what's amazing about Katie. She's the real deal. The real deal. Just looks average person, but amazing. She was doing a thing on Facebook. I just popped on to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, Katie says, whoa, hold on, I have to stop. She goes, Tricia, your brother's here. She goes, and he won't shut up. He is making sure that I get a message to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. Thinking, what?
Yeah.
What could this be? And she says, he told me to tell you to stay calm. First off, that's hilarious at this time. Stay calm. And I still have the recording. Stay calm. He's sending someone for you. Mm. And I thought, where? To my hotel room when I'm working? Because I'm such a hermit, right? Yeah. There is no way to meet me even at this point.
You don't venture out to social.
No. And so I thought, okay, Katie. She goes, I don't know if you're dating anyone or not. And it was still ending it, but hadn't ended it. But my belly was telling me, that inner gut was telling me.
Like, oh, it's coming.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was listening to it. And she said, I don't know if you are or not, but that doesn't matter. He's sending someone and he is serious. And to just hold on. So I go home a week later to Ohio, and Hogan, my girlfriend, says, by the way, Drew's coming by, which is now my husband.
Yeah.
Drew's coming by for dinner. I hadn't seen him in years, and we had hooked up a couple times,
Yeah.
Timing was always off. Timing was always off, but it was always a great time.
Chaos was always on.
You know it. That was my life. I'm telling you, give me calmness, I would become uptight and agitated.
Yep.
And very
Look at you
uncomfortable.
Now. Look at you now.
I know, isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Anyone can change. But anyways, go back into.
So she says he's coming for dinner. And all of a sudden I look guilty. And I haven't done anything. I don't even know what I would look guilty for. But
Blushing.
I look like we'd already rolled around the hay.
You still got wine in there?
Yes.
Georgetown's
Vineyard. Great.
Georgetown Vineyards wine. You need wine, Casey? You good?
Everybody loves Georgetown's wine. And so there I was thinking, oh my God, Drew's coming over. And he came over, and as soon as he walked in and our eyes met, it was obvious that we've had great times and that we'd like to have some more.
Yeah.
And but I was trying not to look at him because I felt like everyone was looking at me, looking at him.
Yeah.
And then so we sort of talked just a little bit there, and then the next week we were together and pretty much together since.
You guys have been close friends for years.
For years. And I say I married. So when people ask me about 11/11, I've went into it in depth, obviously, with you. But I'll say, oh, yes, my mom was sick. My brother took his life. It's a tragedy love.
You give them the Hallmark version.
Tragedy love.
Cute.
Of how it, turned into beautiful love. But again, Katie said, your brother's sending someone for you.
Yeah.
And
it's all the 11/11.
And he's a farmer without a farm. I mean, does not do social media. Doesn't do any, never married. He even, he's just the perfect for me.
Yeah.
He's my every stuff.
Yeah.
And
my every stuff.
My every stuff. He is my every stuff.
Yeah.
And I would never want to see him sad.
Yep.
That's when you know too.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I looked at a husband one time and he was eating cereal, kind of like when she was chomping her gum. And I thought, I'm going to take you out in 2.5. You better, one more bite. I can't stand to hear you breathe,
Yeah. Yeah. I've been in those relationships back in the day.
But I love to hear him snore. There isn't anything this man, I am his ride or die.
Yeah.
Just like I was my brother's. In a different way, of course. I don't want to get that twisted.
Dun, dun, dun.
No wonder she was so sad.
Oh, God. Oh, boy. As the mountain people do.
Oh, Lord, no. Be good. So we married at the castle chose us, Mohican Castle. Mm-hmm. My mom's name's Gail, and we stayed in the Gail suite.
Oh, wow.
And we pretty much rented the whole castle, and close friends and family, everybody who loved us was present, which was a very small group of people. Neither one of us really have anyone, and my sister surprised me and flew in.
Oh, wow.
And my brother that I didn't know I had until later in life, walked me. And we married on 11/11 at 11/11.
That's beautiful.
That's the story.
Oh, what a good man.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I have never seen a bill. And I say that lately because I moved out when I was 15.
Like a bill, like a light bill or anything?
Any bill, yeah.
Yeah.
I moved out when I was 15.
I
know Bill.
We talked about this.
Yeah, I know Bill.
Well, we talked about this on the podcast last week about women take control of everything. The man's like, oh, just ask me when I wipe my ass or whatever. And you're like, honey, I've never seen a bill.
I've never seen a bill.
I'm like, all right, Real Housewives of Guernsey County.
We're going opposite,
What
yeah.
is going on here?
He is so kind and gentle. He knows what I've been through too. But that's not why I've never seen a bill. That's in his makeup of who he is.
He's stoic.
Very.
I love it.
Very. He's a man of few words, but a man of his. When he says something,
Does he have a gay brother?
No, but I have a gay son. I want you to meet Dominic. But he's so much like you. But he's so like positive and constantly wanting to do better and going. Constant. Like that's his life is so positive. It's, but you're almost, I don't know, because you're so alike.
Yeah.
And you're both beautiful. That's what's crazy too.
It'd be a hard,
because he's gorgeous.
It'd be a hard sell for me.
For him.
I need like somebody who can calm me down a little bit.
That wouldn't be him.
Yeah, not rev me up more.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't think it would. Your energies
I
together
need like a
would be
Xanax form of me.
Yeah, no.
Not that I'm saying do Xanax because I don't think you should, but like metaphorically, of course, like a calmer version.
Sure.
Of me. Yeah, I think that would be beneficial.
Calmer version.
I mean, not that I'm saying I want you now, because I have a lot of stuff to do. I don't have time.
You don't have time to worry about that. You have Casey.
Yeah, I have 4.
That's right. That's all you need.
I have to approve, and they have to share.
That's right.
You will be vetted. Yes, you will. You will be vetted. You'll take a vision test, a hearing test, yes, typing speed, all that.
But yeah, I've never seen it, Bill. He told me, well, I made butters, and I shocked myself making them, and I made them for myself, and didn't intend.
It was just like fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I had bought some, and
You're like, we're gonna be Amish. He's like a farmer without a farm.
Right.
I'm gonna like churn my butter and make butters.
Well, I sang on Smule for a long time. That was my therapy.
Oh, I love Smule.
Yeah. After my brother died, I would sing on Smule because I no longer was in the band. I left that.
That was like a big COVID-y thing.
Left that energy.
Okay.
And then moved on, because that's everything's energy.
You're like, we can't do acid anymore. We gotta.
Well, my band was so sober. As a matter of fact, Columbus did a write-up.
Gross.
My first write-up.
Yeah.
They did and there I have Pedialyte in my hand on stage at the Alrosa. Like really? Of all pictures,
God.
why that? Why?
Gotta stay hydrated.
But it was a real different band. There was a lot of stress, even though, I'm not saying I'm still thankful and I'm grateful.
Yeah.
And the craziest part is the guitar player is my brother's father. And I brought them together by me being in the band. It's such there's a reason I was in that band.
Yeah. Oh, and everything.
And it wasn't.
Everything.
Yes, there was a reason. And two, they hadn't really, in a lot of years went out and played much or done much and stuff like that. And I think I was a breath of fresh air and took them and went and we traveled and did Chicago and, did some really cool stuff and opened for some good people. And it was neat that time that I experienced with them. But my life was always, and then when I get with Drew, who's a farmer without a farm, he's quiet. His life is so calm that I was uncomfortable. Listen, I was miserable for a minute. Yeah. Not with him. I knew it. I loved him. He's my every stuff. But how do I get comfortable in the calm?
Yeah.
And it's so quiet when all I've known was noise in my head, noise and da-da-da-da. And even after, the 11:11, that just, I knew he was okay.
Yeah.
But I had to become a queen to get used to the calm. I'd been a warrior. I'd been in warrior status for years because when you're traumatized, whether somebody, like you said, was raped and things happen, right? Mm-hmm. When you're traumatized, you are a victim. If I could get folks to understand, you're only a victim, though, while you're getting traumatized, while it's happening.
Yep. I say that, not often enough because I don't speak on things like that too much because
And I won't, we won't go deep in.
But I think you're right. Yes, it happened. Yes, it happened to whoever it happened to. It was traumatic.
Very.
But you hold yourself hostage by replaying it.
It doesn't hurt them. It hurts you.
And that's not to say that you don't have PTSD.
Of course.
Similar to a war.
Absolutely.
Because it absolutely is a battle.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, the quicker you can just waste the memory. Get rid of the memory. I've erased so many things that don't serve me out of my life.
I barely remember. I have holes but that's okay. They are to protect me.
Oh, absolutely.
I like holes.
I don't work for, a groundskeeper. I'm not going to fill the holes in. I'm not going back to view them.
No, I don't want to talk about them again. Why do I have to go over them again?
No, you don't.
That's why you say
you don't.
the quickest way. I thought about this last night when I was thinking about coming here. I've spoke at schools about things before. I really think that we're allowing people to even allow us to be victim, to call us that, and to stay in victim mode.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you stay in victim mode, you're not healing because you're still being victimized, and you'll choose people.
Well,
and then you go to survivor, right? So there's different modes.
Yeah.
You survive the trauma because you were a victim when it was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go into survivor
Mm-hmm.
because you survived that. You're no longer the victim. You're a survivor.
Yeah.
Then you transition into a warrior.
Mm-hmm.
Because surviving, you're still.
The key is to evolve.
That's it. It's all evolving, right?
If you stay in one spot and just become, your identity becomes, I'm a survivor or I'm a victim.
And that's your whole identity.
Exactly. And you that becomes who you are.
I am a queen.
It's like I reference back to my prostitution, drug abuse, all that, but that's not my identity anymore.
No.
And that's why I've graduated away from that, and now what you see before you is my identity because I've evolved.
Mm-hmm.
No one's allowed to hold me
That's
in
right.
the past. No one's allowed to tell me. So, there's things from my past that I don't discuss because it doesn't. Right. It doesn't deserve to be a part of who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll leave it at that. But I think, it's very important to grow.
Absolutely.
Constantly.
And I just recently started saying I'm a queen. And all that means, it's not arrogance, it's not ego. That means that my husband taught me through love too, by loving me, how to live in the calm. How that the calm is now my life.
Yeah.
Instead of the chaos. And so in warrior mode, because again, we took the steps, and in warrior mode, you're still fighting.
Yeah.
You're still, you're fighting. I don't fight. I don't want to fight.
Yeah.
I am now in queen mode where I am calm. I come with at peace, and I want love for everybody. That's where it's just been a recent transition from warrior to queen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm blessed to be there, and I want everyone to find their calm, whatever that may be. Whatever. Everyone's calm's different and everyone's reality is different.
I used to tell myself, oh, your calm's different, everybody's calm, but I don't think so. I think calm is calm. Calm is not fighting. Calm is not stressing. Calm is not worrying. Calm is not fretting.
So you look at it as all calm the same.
Calm is not being bothered. Calm is stillness. Calm is peace. And I think all calm is the same. It is not different.
Maybe what they do in their calm is different.
Yeah, you might do a different activity or something, but calm has the same characteristics, and I think everybody's going to get their own way, but we're all seeking the same thing.
We're all seeking calm.
Inner peace.
Inner peace.
Because what's in shows up outside.
Mm-hmm.
And that will come out of you once you have that. Just like the chaos. If your internal dialogue is chaotic, you see chaos everywhere. Mm-hmm. If you cultivate that peace within, you're going to have peace outside.
And it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And it changes everything. And even when people approach me, it's different, And I tell you, anyone who knew me, to be the rocker or, another thing I did, by the way, I deleted 5,000 some people. When you start doing, that was part of the process. Deleting, getting rid of, that wasn't me anymore. It wasn't in the band anymore. So therefore I need to get rid of things and have people more that aren't about that, because it was walking away right from that. And so I think, again, transitioning, like you said, if you can constantly, to be transitioning. And now, but the people who knew me in the past, I think that I make a body butter.
Yeah.
Was mind-blowing for some of them, and it was funny.
You went from rock star to body butter.
Right.
And next stop is like all over, every big store.
At first my goal, I thought, once I did start selling, and once I realized folks came back to buy it again.
Yeah.
I knew it deserved to be loved. It was lovable.
Yeah.
It deserved it. And I knew it was a gift to me, a gift to them. But when I noticed I had customers coming back, I thought, oh my gosh, maybe I'll sell this everywhere. And I started to think that. And now it's funny though, as I'm sold out a lot.
Yeah.
Now I think I was laying in bed and I was listening to the affirmations, and it hit me.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio is so lovable, and so are other states, but there's enough money to be made. Even, instead of seeing so big, and I'm allowing it to grow as fast as I want it to grow.
Yeah.
But there's so much I want to stay to meet people, and but I think now I'm just like kind of like Jeff's jerky. That's how a good way to look at it. I'm more like doing it as a Jeff's jerky.
I like it.
Rather than, you don't see me on TikTok.
We need to get you some white Vans.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't see me on TikTok, though.
No.
You don't see any of...
You very well could be, though, yeah.
Can you imagine it?
Oh, my God.
Oh my
They'd
God.
go crazy.
Yeah, they go crazy, all right.
But, yeah, I totally get what you're saying. And, like, whenever you said... whenever you said... Ohio is so lovable. It just took me back to... We're the heart of it all.
Yeah.
Ohio is the heart of it all. We're in the shape of a heart,
Mm-hmm.
the middle of the country.
That's right.
We have two of the biggest interstate intersections right here.
Oh, yes.
In Guernsey County, where we are right now, 70 and 77. They'll take you north and south, east and west.
Oh, I know, because when I was in 5th grade, that's when I learned fear. As far as like the Soviet Union, they always said if we were number 3 to be bombed because of the clover leaf.
Oh, wow.
That's 70 and 77.
Huh. Well,
So,
thanks for that.
Well, that was not true. I don't think we have to worry about that. It was during like the Cold War. I think we're past all that. I think we're worried.
Yeah, but anyways, we're a popular hangout. That's what matters.
They said they could stop everything.
We did just build a multi-billion-dollar power plant here.
Right.
Only others like Saudi Arabia. It's this big, so yeah.
Everything here is evolving, though.
Well, we're sitting on top of liquid gold. Gas and oil beneath us like you've never seen. My daddy's granddaddy was drilling oil here. So what's that tell you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down the family line.
Yeah. So cheers to all the oil field workers.
Absolutely.
I love you.
Cheers to them.
Yep. If you're a nice calm one, call me. I'm just kidding.
Whew.
Georgetown.
You have no time.
You really call me.
Yeah, Georgetown. I
Are
tell
you
what,
empty?
And you look beautiful.
Are you empty?
I'll take it just a little shot.
I knew you would.
You knew I would.
So I got to go through our little gift bag down here.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I was talking about meditating.
Listen,
That was a little shot.
Whoops.
Casey.
Georgetown's another one to the pile.
Have you had a wine slushy from there?
Oh, they're so
Why
good.
would you freeze perfectly good wine?
Listen. Oh.
Jesus. Don't do
Brain
that.
freeze isn't good, but
No,
it's
no.
amazing. It's amazing. You have to do it.
No.
He
So-
will.
Don't give me no cheat.
So that is
If it's by Georgetown, though, I highly recommend the wine slushy.
that's who it is.
Okay. Where'd you see my pictures?
This is Sea Salt Dreams, and this is in. Everybody's been asking for a little travel size. Oh my gosh! Isn't that amazing?
That is.
Take that in.
Can you guys? Can you smell that? Oh my God! So this is the travel size. This
Yes.
is like fits in the palm of your hand, and this. I don't know if you guys can see it. Take me to. Well, I don't know. Maybe. So yeah, you can see my tattoos. Let's see here.
It has just such a
You can see that really nice.
a spa scent.
See that
It's
nice
relaxing.
sheen? It's so smooth, so smooth. And so it comes out, and like you can see on my finger, see how that stays firm, just like in the container.
Makes me happy.
And
Makes me want to play with it.
I love it. But see, it's like a icing almost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but then you add it to the heat of the skin. Let me see. Let me look at the camera and see.
Oh, there you are. I keep forgetting.
Yeah. There you go. And you can see it's like melting. It's literally like butter. Like literally.
Which is why I say keep it out of the heat.
Yeah. Keep it out of the heat until you put it on your meat. As in your body. I just made that up. But as in your body, not like your private. Well, I put it everywhere, but yeah.
You're not supposed to eat those ones, Geno.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't eat those.
Oh, listen. I'm a Mormon, Catholic, Protestant priest, nun.
Oh. And then there is that.
This.
I
So-
can't wait.
Casey was like bugging you about this, wasn't she?
Casey is the reason she gets the credit. You know how I told you I give credit where it's due?
All right.
I had done a men's butter,
She didn't.
but I had not done a men's. This is a. This.
You can
here.
leave it. You can leave it on camera for her. So this is.
Yes, that is the scrub. It's a foaming sugar scrub.
You know, I feel like fucking HSN right
Oh,
now.
well,
bitch.
I tell you what, we're just QVC up
I
in
like
here.
this. Okay, talk about it, Trish.
Yes, that is our scrub. It's this one is called 50 Shades, and so the scent. I had a girlfriend say that every man should smell like that.
Can you go to my other camera real quick?
It smells amazing, and it's a foaming sugar scrub, because when you think of sugar scrubs, you think of like oil and sugar, and this is actually, I make a soap base, and then I make the scrubs off of the base, and so it will lather like no other, and just exfoliate, and it's got vitamin E.
You guys know, I'll tell you the truth. I'm gonna smell it.
Look at me.
Oh my god. Yeah. It just smells like what is it? It's just a masculine, very clean, masculine scent. Masculine.
I sounded really deep there. Masculine.
And I like excuse me, I like the wine, but I like the grays, the blues, and the whites. It's a very masculine. Can you get a 1, 2, or 1?
1, 2,
Yeah.
1.
So you can see the grays, the whites, and the blues in there, and it's this is a solid. It's not coming out.
I'd
because-
laugh. No, I mean, I'm just saying it would just be.
Like Dairy
So,
Queen.
if the universe said, you know what?
This has got sugar in it, so it's an abrasive sugar scrub. It is made to exfoliate the body, but it's very
And
gentle.
It only takes a tiny bit.
Oh, yeah, only takes a tiny bit. These do last very long. Like these in the body butter. The body butter comes in the same size. How many ounces is it?
8.
8-ounce container, and they last very long.
And they run $15.
$15 for.
And now at select stores, I have to say that now because one
Select
store is different.
Oh,
At select stores, they are 2 for $25.
I love it. And you have business cards.
Yes.
That's cute.
I was calling that my QVR code on the back. That's how distant from technology I am.
Well, today it's the QVC code.
The QR code. My
love
girlfriend
it.
said that's a QR code. I said, oh.
What is this?
That, I just believe everybody should have
What is
a sample of my 1111. That is the signature scent.
It's
So
a good one.
It's apricot.
this is a little
Sugar.
plastic container. It's like a Jello shot.
And just a shot, yeah. Instead of Jello shots, now we do butter shots.
Oh my god!
You like that?
I just about said so. This is the scent dedicated to your brother, and now we have an ambulance.
I know. That used to trigger me, by the way. Ambulance, because I heard it, and I heard so many, but it doesn't trigger me anymore. Nothing does. That's what's funny.
And that's called peace.
The blue represents my brother. He was the breeze, and the other colors represent
Can
the
you see it? Can you
wedding
go to camera?
colors.
I don't know if you can see. Can you see the blue in there? We might not be able to see it, but we have a blue. We have like a corally orange, and
We married, and of course, 1111, the leaves and everything were changing, and so I tried to get a good representation of the leaves because it was so beautiful.
I love how I don't know if I can get. There we go.
Look how shiny.
Yeah, Look how that just. It's so nice on the tattoos.
They look nice.
Look at that. Just like silk. And it smells so.
Men love to use it in their beard too. They call it beard butter. It keeps it soft.
Beard and ball butter.
Yes. Beard and ball butter.
Yep.
But yeah, the 11, I'm skipping right. I'm like, let's just move the 11 from the ball butter. Now I'm going to say ball butter, and I mean beard butter, and I'm going to say beer butter, and it's not. It's beer.
Men love it for ball butter. I mean, beer butter.
Balls.
Yeah.
Butter your balls with beer.
Butter your balls in your beard, boys. I'm sorry. If your children are awake, please put them away.
Oh, but yes.
I smell like a dreamsicle.
It is. I say it'll take you to, I love that your senses picked up on that. It takes you to a dreamsicle spa. It is apricot, sugar, and a touch of breeze. The breeze, of course, my brother. So clean.
Oh my, it is so, it's like a clean, it's like if Molly Maid was cleaning with dreamsicles and you were in Bermuda.
I love it.
It's so good.
It's when I formulated that
Can
one.
you smell me over there? It smells so good.
I love it so much, and I knew when I.
And you only brought me this little cup.
I'll tell you why. This is funny, but not. But you know this is happening. I made it.
Sold out.
It was sold out. Like here's what people are doing now too.
I'm telling you, we need to go down to Guatemala and hire you some.
Do you know how? They used to have Tupperware parties, of course, but they have Mary Kay.
Yep.
There are women, I'm finding out now from online, but it's really cool. They're going, so a lady in Canton comes and picks up supplies for other women in Canton. She buys butters and takes them and because women in Canton are using them. And then there's...
Oh, honey, so she's taking my shit.
And in Zanesville, there's a lady. There's two ladies that are running almost like Mary Kay without me even being involved.
No, I'm going to propose this right now. I think you should have a subscription.
I just said this last night.
I think you should have a subscription where you have dedicated buyers and you give us what we want.
My husband's going to get chills that you're saying this.
We get to put our order in 30 days ahead. And if you have a new scent, we get first dibs. And we pay a subscription. And we pay like $25 a month. And we get, any new shit we get to indig on. And we get
maybe even exclusive.
Yeah.
Only for subscribers.
Yeah. Subscribers that subscribe to you every month. Honey.
I was just saying this last night, Geno.
I want VIP butter for me. I don't want some
want your...
Proud of you, girl. Keep coming and getting your whatever buggy full. But if I don't have my shit...
11 sold out.
I'm across the street. And if I can't get it...
I know. It wasn't even a day. It was gone.
Listen, I'm a kinder, gentler... unicorn these days, but girl,
I did take a few over there.
Subscription.
I know.
I'm telling you.
I was just talking with my husband about this. This is where he's going to get chills.
I'm gonna have a
during this when he watches this.
Yep.
He's going to have chills right now because I was just talking with him and said, wouldn't it be really cool if I had like a subscription? Because I had 67 subscriptions at one time to boxes.
Yep.
A little much, but I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
In life, that's why I had them.
Yep.
I would give all this stuff away.
Yeah.
So that tells you right there, right?
Yeah. Oh, you had subscriptions to like outside companies coming in. Yeah.
All of them.
Gotcha.
All of them.
Yeah.
Even the Saks.
Not your own company. Not your own.
No.
Right.
No, I was buying that many a month, and I had Saks, and I had all of them, and I would just give everything away because it was the ordering that made me happy.
Yeah.
When I would go home and there'd be packages. That was my only happy.
Yeah, it was a dopamine rush when you get the package in the mail.
That's all.
Gotcha.
So then, but I start thinking I could be that dopamine rush for someone else.
Yeah.
Last night I said, wouldn't it be cool if I had a subscription?
Well, and it's something we're
if
actually
I had like a scrub, a butter, and a whipped soap in it.
See, now you're talking. Because it's stuff we're actually utilizing. We're actually using this. We love the product. We're using it.
True.
We have quit going to Bath and Body Works. to come and find what you have. But now you're making me having to look at. I might go to Walmart and get some like Old Spice body if I don't get my stuff.
I hear ya.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I need to be like on a VIP.
I understand.
I'm not a wait around person.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree. I agree. It needs to happen. That's one of the things that just popped in last night. I am in the middle right now. I'm getting ready to mail it to Georgia. I'm making a face only.
Nice.
It's full of peptides, vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin E.
Ooh.
It's just, there's no scent. I mean, it has a nice scent, clean.
I think
But no
just a clean line scent. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no real potent.
So that could be included.
Well, if you need me to try that, I'll try it because right now my scent for my face is nothing.
Let's see what it does to my sister's face first before we bother. Just kidding.
She's
gorgeous. She's the reason I'm making it.
Okay, well, sister, listen. When you see this episode, call me if it hurts.
We have so many more episodes in the future to do. I didn't know I had a sister. I found her and my brother both.
Is this a new one?
I didn't have one. I grew up with just my brother and my mom. Oh. And then my grandma was on her deathbed, and I found out that I had not the grandma I took care of, but another on my dad's side that didn't raise me.
Yeah.
Then he lived in Byesville. But then I find out on my grandma's deathbed that I have a brother and sister, and I found them in one day, and this is before the internet. This is before I 1411 and ended up finding them. And both beautiful, but and I always wanted a sister, but she wasn't portly. You know what I mean? Like, I have a sister, and she looks like Barbie. What the fuck happened here? You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's a kickboxer in Vegas then. Oh, and then she went on to a multi-million-dollar company.
She's
famous in her own right. My sister is.
That's cute. I like that.
Yeah, so she went on to other things and producing and doing now she's in the Hall of Fame in that. Yeah. If you can put that together real quick, my eyeballs are what I'm saying. So she's made her millions.
Yeah.
But the thing is now she's watching bald eagles and gardening and the coolest Zen girl. She's all about energy.
Listen, that's the only thing you should be about.
She's beautiful.
That's the only thing you should be about.
But when I found out I had a sister, I kind of wanted her to be, I don't know, a little squat or something. Right. But she is tiny. She's 4'11". Yeah. I'm like the gargantua.
4'11", the body of a goddess.
She wears a size 5 shoe. I wear a 10.
Welcome to my world.
What's wrong with that? Like,
I was when yeah, 11s. So yeah, welcome to my world. You brought me this pillow.
I know. You know what? That was. This is important because I've already told the story. But I went to Florida for a year to heal my heart, and I started loving myself. And when you start loving yourself, you start buying things that represent that.
Absolutely.
And I had Tiffany boxes and different pillows and things, and the colors, when I couldn't even believe that matched. But yes, it always begins, I said the beauty begins the moment you decide to love yourself.
Yeah.
Beauty. Enough.
Yeah.
Love yourself enough.
Exactly. Because just saying, I love myself.
People say that all the time. And then they don't. I can feel that they don't. Yeah. I can feel.
Yeah, you got to show up for yourself.
I don't see with my eyes anymore. I haven't for a long time.
Yeah.
Couldn't trust what my eyes saw.
Yeah.
I was taught that from a very young age. So I always felt. And so that's how I see. And some of the people, it's sad. They'll be like, I love, no, and a lot of your most egotistical ones that come off like that, are the most hurt.
Yeah. People they come on. I think strong personalities come off with a shield. And it's like we said about your grandma and your brother earlier. We're all programmed, and I refer back to this all the time. But we're doing the best we can with what we got. And some of us don't get dealt the best, and our parents in turn didn't get much either.
No.
And so it's this repetitive cycle, and we're blessed enough now to live in an information age. And
sure is.
Ignorance is an excuse. because there is no excuse to be ignorant. You have a phone.
Not nowadays.
If you don't have a phone, the government will give you one if you're poor enough.
Sure.
You can look anything up.
Mm-hmm.
You can learn anything. You have a choice to not just scroll through a TikTok or whatever and look at negative stuff. You can actively get on YouTube and search and find out how to be a photographer with just your phone, how to type up, copy, how to edit videos, how to
formulate,
do lighting, how to formulate butters, how to do eyeliner, how to whatever it is. There's an opportunity out there, and people aren't there yet.
Right.
Some are,
and
those are the people I'm hanging out with, like
sure,
you and Casey and everybody.
But it'll motivate others as well. Maybe somebody watching this will be like, you know what, I can formulate, because I know I bought a butter from that Truly Beauty company, and it was, I'd never seen one. It was pretty.
Yeah.
And I knew I loved it, but I knew I couldn't it was, $21 for 1.3 ounces.
Holy crap.
And it wasn't as good as mine. And I can say that to you and look you in the eyes and say that because it's the truth.
Yeah, I know yours is good stuff. I've been using yours for months.
I looked at their ingredients and they only use a few, and I started using mango and kokum. And it took me, I've thrown out, my guinea pigs have all used so much butter too, but I've thrown out so much, for that first year. Yeah. It was really trial and error until I found the formula, and then that worked for me, for what I was looking for you, and for you, and for all of us.
Yeah,
the gifts.
It's wonderful.
Oh, and you can find it. I never even thought I haven't talked about that. You can find it across the street, which we kind of did talk about. Deal Busters,
right behind us. Deal Busters here on 2nd Street,
and I'll be there Saturday, actually, passing them out if anyone wants to stop.
You're going to be here Saturday?
Mm-hmm. I'll be passing. I'm making some really cool butters to pass out and to have, and I'm going to stock up.
For the bunny hop?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cute. The bunny hop, okay.
That's coming up.
Producer, chime in here. There, honey. Mm-hmm.
Bunny hop Saturday from 2 to 3 downtown.
Yep.
Bring your kids. Get some Easter eggs from the businesses. Check out Deal Busters open house.
Yes.
Is it
the crazy buddy later will be? I can't even say my name now. It's his fault.
When's the open house?
I think 10 to yes.
I love it.
Yep, and I'll be there slinging butters.
So Deal Busters, right behind us here on South 2nd Street in Byesville, is having an open house from 10 to 4.
There's a lot of stuff going on in Byesville that day, I do believe.
The bunny hop is happening from 2 to 3 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Each business here downtown will have a station set up outside of their business, and they will have Easter eggs to hand out to the kids. And there will be golden eggs. Ooh. 1 golden egg per business.
I want a golden egg.
And the golden egg can be anything from money in the egg to a gift card in the egg to,
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Kids will love that.
Could be a diamond necklace.
That'd be nice. I would like that.
Bring your kids down, and if you want to, bring them down and get some candy.
They're doing swag bags over there. So the first,
nice.
So you guys know, I don't know how many customers, I can't remember how many I saw their thing, but so many customers.
At Deal Busters?
Yeah.
10 a.m. Get to Deal Busters.
Their swag bags are going to have a lot of neat stuff in it. And then
swag.
I think the samples will go quick too.
Oh yeah.
I just think they'll be gone quick. And I am going to stock over there. I'm bringing a lot of butters and I'm going to stock them up. So you should be able to get one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if I can beat up. I won't be there. I don't get off work.
Oh yeah, well, he might miss out.
Casey's going to be here, set up in front of my store, and I don't get off work till 3. So,
oh, okay. That's right. You work the weekends. So I'll see you.
Yes, I'll be here. And they are also having a egg hunt at the park from 12 to 1.
At the Byesville Park?
Yes.
So Byesville Park is having, this is Saturday. So Byesville Park is having an egg hunt from 12 to 1 on Saturday also. So Deal Busters open house is 10 to 4. The Byesville egg hunt is from 12 noon to 1 p.m. at the Byesville Park. And then we have from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. the Bunny Hop here on 2nd Street.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Byesville is a happening place.
It really is.
If you've been to New York, doesn't have shit on Byesville, but we're glad to have you. And,
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes. I prefer Byesville
Yeah.
over New York.
Yeah. New York's old and dated.
That's right.
Byesville is new and fresh and young.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We're, everything's exciting for us
It is.
because what they've
It
already
is.
seen probably 20 years ago, we're just about to see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's neat. I think that's cool.
Well, I think we have some new
It's
elements coming to.
You can feel the
Yeah.
difference when you walk down the street. I go into that coffee shop. I love the coffee shop.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get like a Georgetown Vineyard vending machine
I bet
outside
you
of
are.
Yeah.
It's going to be the face of Georgetown.
Georgetown.
Just call Sam.
Yeah. Who's that?
One of he's part owner. I mean,
Oh.
Sam Nikolazakis. You should call him.
Oh, Sam.
Or I'll tell my son, whose best friend's Kiki.
Who?
That's the family. And
Yeah. Call me, whoever you are.
we're going to have to push this.
We'll cut a deal.
Nobody needs to do anything for you. You're going to do it. I mean, that's the thing
Yeah.
about you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe in my heart.
I'm summoning the universe.
Anything that you want, and I've always said I didn't know how it happened, but anything I've ever wanted to do or to have, I have.
Yeah.
Anything I've ever wanted
True.
that I really wanted. It's easy to say, oh, I want this or I want that, but do you really want it? What are you willing to do for it? How hard are you willing to work?
Yeah. Can I just point out? Can you go to camera 1? I just want to point out, like, you can tell just like how sheeny my skin is still. Like,
Tattoos look like you just got them.
yeah,
They look
it's
new.
just so silky. Like, I'm telling you, if you don't use it, you need to use it.
A lot of
This stuff
folks
is
worry.
great.
The one thing they'll say to me, does it leave you greasy? And I'm like, no,
No.
I use arrowroot powder if you wonder why. And it makes
is
it
that?
luxurious.
Okay.
Will remind you of cornstarch, only silkier. If you can even imagine, like, even just soft, pillowy, silky, nice. And that's what a lot of the spas use, things that have that in it. That's what the difference between that luxurious. That's what takes it to that next level and makes it to where you don't want to feel greasy. I've had stuff before and it was good.
But it just left.
I just don't care for
oil base on you.
Sure, and I don't like
and
that.
this doesn't have that. It's subtle. Into
No,
the
it's not going to
skin.
leave your clothes wet. It's not going to.
Right. I've
sting.
never had a problem with it staining my clothes, and I slapped.
Well, I did make a butter. I put a lot of red in it, and I learned that I can do that with the bath products
Trial and error.
because it's going down the thing.
Yeah.
And the sweetest lady, like, oh my gosh, this is the one thing in my life that I've never heard anything negative yet from, and I'm sure it will be coming, and maybe not. Maybe I'll never hear it.
Yeah.
And if I do, it'll bounce.
What do you want to hear?
But I want to hear the truth always, right? And like in the band, some people loved me, some people hate him, but that didn't, you're going to have that.
Yeah.
With this is, and I always say that's why they're so lovable that I haven't heard that yet. Because even when a lady was saying, I wanted to tell you, she said, and she wasn't even complaining. She goes, I still have the butter and I love it, but that candy apple, I put it all over me. And I'm not naming any names, so it's not like, she goes, and I get in bed, my husband's in bed. She goes, I get in there and they had white sheets.
Oh no.
The red. She said it came out in the wash, which shocked me. I didn't, and I was like, so it looked like a bloody mess in your bed's what you're telling
He's
me.
like, honey, you're bleeding. I didn't even touch you.
Isn't that funny?
Oh my god.
I watch one of my favorite things to do with the butters too, and that's why. Why wouldn't I do a flea market? I'm going to do 3. I'll be in Byesville too for the flea markets. I just called them flea market. I would never be it.
Farmers
There's
market?
nothing wrong with a flea market either, but I'm just saying I don't think that's where I need to be.
Yeah.
That's all.
I didn't
Farmers market.
Listen, honey, in Florida, I used to buy some cute shit at the flea market.
You get 20 T-shirts for $2.
What? Oh my
Bring them to all your
God.
friends.
Cute off-brand shoes.
Everything,
and, like,
sunglasses, everything.
They're only going to last a week, but they're only going
That's
to cost
okay.
$10.
But they look good.
Yes.
But they look good that day.
I'm telling
that
you, get the outfit and then wear it that weekend, throw it away. Yes.
Farmers markets.
Yeah.
I'll be at the Route 40 open air market, which will be at
Route 40?
Urban Twigs. and then the Byesville one will be at the Pavilion. But I like to talk to people. I think it's real important to do that.
Yeah.
You know, to get with folks, talk to them, and watch them. That's what I was going to tell you. Some of my favorite parts was like a husband and wife. Generally, the husband's kind of along, you know, when the wife's shopping and the husband's just kind of bobbing along. And I remember, it was probably my second farmer's market, and I said, "Oh, I have this as monkey's breath, which I need to make some of my staple scents again." And it's banana, right? So it just has this real nice light banana scent. And I remember the lady goes, and her nose went like this. She goes, "I'm not a big fan of banana," which I get. If you're not a big fan of banana, you don't want banana.
You're not gonna like monkey's breath if you don't like banana.
Yeah, but I had already popped the lid. Back then, they were in little jars of glass, little glass jars before they were impossible to get. And this is better anyway because they screw on. But I popped the lid off, and he got a whiff of that when I did. And meanwhile, she's telling me she don't care for banana. I'm trying to direct her a different way. Now I can't get the lid on quick enough. And he goes, his face changed, and he goes, he looks at her. Now he's looking at his wife, and he goes, "That scent takes me back." And and I was like, I'm out of this situation. But do you know she bought some for somebody who didn't like banana? Guess who took home monkey breath?
Oh my
she
God.
sure did. She gonna slather up in that. You just know it.
That
Husbands-
scent takes me back.
Guys go. It's funny. I've heard from enough women now, and you know, I pay attention to things that people say, and the guys love monkey breath. Something about the banana. I don't know what. They love that. They love the
Something
monkey.
about the banana, boys.
They love the monkey
like
breath
it?
on the women. And then I made a special butter. I've never sold this one. I've not put it out or anything. But Gretchen, that owns Sheer Dimensions from Charlene. Well, Gretchen wanted peanut butter cookie. And I wasn't, you know, and the weirdest thing was
Is that attainable?
the weirdest thing was, yes, there's an essential oil company just came out with one called peanut butter. And I thought, I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah.
I love peanut butter. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I feel about it. Is it on the bottom? You know what I mean?
Are you going to smell spoiled or
Do
something?
you know that's one of her favorite butters is peanut butter cookies?
And you don't sell it, why?
I haven't yet.
I wonder what people are going to say about this on the podcast.
I made it special for her. And
Holding out.
I'm holding out. But I do have some great scents coming up that are going to, I think, be wonderful. And I am doing, because I'm doing the Mystic Healing Fair. I think is what it's called. It's probably not called that. Is it called that? By broomsticks and, not sables.
Broomsticks and
Ravens.
bitches. Oh,
Ravens and broomsticks.
Okay.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Ravens and broomsticks.
Yeah, they do the ball, the witch's ball. Just
Oh, yeah.
mystical,
yeah,
just beautiful.
Yeah.
The pictures were amazing. Well, I got invited to do that, and so that's coming up. And so I have some that are coming out, maybe lunar eclipse and some different butters. I think that you might really like.
One of them have lavender.
I want to. I just came out with one. It might be over there, and it might not.
I guarantee it ain't.
It might. I couldn't believe.
All the out-of-towners.
I couldn't believe there were
coming.
only 4.
Yeah. We've been robbed.
We've been
Deal
robbed.
Busters.
Now, Red Barn in Marietta, I am there as well. And Deal Busters owns Red Barn.
Yeah.
Well, I went
How
to
many
Red Barn.
places are you, actually?
I am 4
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I could be more.
Used to be 0.
Yes, and could be more, but some of them I've not done yet. I'm not ready yet. And
I
I'm
gotta pee. I'm gonna pee my
getting
pants.
there ready. Oh, see? He's got to go pee.
I gotta pee.
No, you don't pee your pants. If I cough, that'll happen.
What time are we at?
Yeah, we might be. She's coughing.
Can you tell me their coffee?
We are at an hour and 52 minutes.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. We're we're
Yes.
we're done.
We might
We're
as well
cooked.
wrap
We
up.
better wrap this up.
Let's cheers.
Let's
We're
cheers.
gonna have another episode in the future.
Oh, we have
This has
to.
been great. The
We
body
have
butter is
to.
great, and our friendship is great.
Yeah. Oh, and before, because I'll feel bad now if I don't say where all the body butters are, because I should say.
Hit it.
So we know we're over here. We're at Red Barn and Food
Red-
Emporium.
Deal
is new.
Busters here in Byesville on 2nd Street. Red Barn and Marietta on what street?
It's where Walmart, right past Walmart. They
yeah.
don't know I'm on GPS yet. I don't know until they get there. I'll be
Sheer
able to tell you
Dimensions.
when they're on the
Sheer
Sheer
Dimensions in
Dimensions, of course, in
Cambridge
Cambridge.
and
recent, just brand new, yeah, as of yesterday, and they're half sold out already. She inboxed me. But down at Food Emporium in Caldwell.
Food Emporium in Caldwell.
Get you some body butter.
Get you some body butter. We love you. Glad you tuned in for this episode.
It's been
Subscribe
so
to the
fun.
channel.
So fun.
Don't catch. Listen. Subscribe. It's free. Don't be a loser. And one of the 50% of people that watch the episodes and don't subscribe. What are you doing? Like, we're doing fun shit here. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, tell your friends about us. Maybe one
Absolutely.
day we'll have you on here. So,
I love it.
salute.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, dear. Appreciate you.
Blessed.
Everybody have a great night. Thanks.
That was so fun.